Hey man, I know how it is. I know who you are. I know that you are a fresh computer science graduate. I know that you are the best in your class, man. I know how it is. You just completed your computer science degree. You have it in your pocket. You walk it like you talk it. If you go out to the restaurant, then everyone's like, man, this one's the boss. He knows what he's doing. He knows Java, he knows C++, he knows CSS3. He knows it all. And you're like, hey, I need to find a job. So what you do, you put up your resume, yeah, right? And you're trying to let them know that you're the best, because I know that you are the best. I know it. Don't try to think otherwise. I know that you're the best software engineer on the planet. What you do? You're trying to convince them that you know it all. You go with your mind back to the college, back to the kindergarten, and you find the languages that you've been using around there, that you know since the beginning of times, right? You know C++, you know how classes work, how memory management works, how pointers work. You know it all, man. It's like in here, right here, right? And then you know Java, because it's a simplified version of the C++. If you know C++, then you know everything, man. I know how it is. And then when you think about all the front-end apps, all the cloud solutions that you've created for your courses at your university, you're like enlightened, right? Because you know it all. It's everything up there. So you're trying to recall millions of frameworks and libraries that you've used, like CSS. It's a language, it's not a library, but Bootstrap, right? You used it, you know it, right? Obvious. So you're collecting all of that memory into your resume, into your curriculum vitae, trying to put it down. You cannot control yourself from writing it all down. I know how it is, man. I've been there. That's how geniuses think. All right, so you write down C++, then C#, then Java, Go. You used Python, you automated stuff, right? JavaScript, CSS, CSS2, CSS3, HTML1, 2, 5. And you put the whole list of all the stuff that you know that surrounds you. You're like a middle of the universe. And all of those technologies, they like stars, they like little, planets that gravitate towards you. So you send out your resume to one company, to 2, 3, 4 companies. You send out everywhere you see, because you're a great developer and I know it. And what do? There are recruiters who look at the resumes, right? And they search through thousands and thousands of them, right? There's plenty of people who don't know anything about programming. But you're not one of them. You're someone who knows the art of the programming. You know it. So they glance through it. And you know what they have in mind? The directions that the director gave them. So there was probably some older guy in his 60s. And he's like, all right, we have a banking system here. And we need people who know Java 6. So find me some of these, bring them to my company. And he hands those directions to the recruiter. What does the recruiter do? Recruiter doesn't know what Java 6 is. He knows it's a programming language. It's not Spanish or Italian. It's Java, right? Java 6. If there could be any other numbers out there, they might not match the position because it's Java 6, man. If it was Java 1, it's too old. If it's Java 100, then it's too new. And we are using Java 6 in this company, right? So recruiter looks at this and it's like, we need to find Java 6 developers. Well, they know Java 6 and that's what they do for work. So we need to find them, right? So they get your astonishing resume with millions of technologies that you have encountered in your journey throughout the world, through all the adventures, software adventures that you've been through, right? And they walk through it and they're like, hey man, you know CSS 2, C Sharp 11, C++ 2025. He knows it. But they cannot wrap their heads around it, around the fact that you know so many things. And they don't even know what these words mean. If they hear go, they think they need to go somewhere. They think that you are calling them out. But it's not the case, you see. So you make one crucial mistake. You have written Java 7, 8, and 11 in your resume, and you haven't picked the Java 6 that you used once upon a time. And they're like, man, I don't know what these words mean, but I cannot see Java 6. And the recruiter does a very, very bad mistake. He discards you. And you're the one who knows it all. Remember, you're the developer, right? And they discarded you. They lost a great talent. They didn't know that you could provide millions and millions of dollars to their company. They don't know it. They couldn't, And there you are, developer. You're pretty upset, because they called you off with some stupid line. We had to move forward with other candidates for this position. Who cares what they move forward with? They lost your talent, but you're upset about it. And you're trying to bring it to your heart that, man, I'm not good enough. You know what? I will tell you a moral of the story right now. I won't make it any longer than that. What you had to do was just mentioning Java 6. And it turns out that if you could cut out all of your technologies that you have used, I know they are valuable experiences that you had. And I know that they are. Don't be mistaken. But all you had to do was pick out the Java 6. And if you created this tiny resume where you have written Java 6 and that you have graduated from this and that college, right? And that you know English Advanced, B+, B2+, or I don't know, something else. You write down your hobby. I like driving cars on the street or out of the street. And that would be fine, They would look at it and it's like, hey man, he graduated from the cool university. He knows Java 6. We need to talk to him. And that's how you handle landing a job in software engineering world. Because I know that you're talented, man. Years will pass by and you will be more and more experienced with all of this stuff. But those recruiters, they don't understand the technologies that you use. They just know what Java 6 is and they need it. So we need to cut out all of the things, all of the experiences that you might have. You just put up Java 6 in your resume. And you go on the interview and slay it. Slay it, you know. If someone asks you about some data structure in Java 6, you can tell about Java 11, 14, and 100. You know it all, man. But you need to put only Java 6 in your resume.